Friday. Hello, everyone. I am traveling at the moment, so excuse the new, different remote background right now. But hello, I'm excited about the information that I'm going to share with you all today. Welcome in as you're joining me, on YouTube, on Facebook, on if you're listening to my podcast. We're grateful to have you, and hopefully the information that you get from me is really helping you move the needle in your business and move you forward as an entrepreneur. So today, I'm really going to be talking about, government contracts and what's in it for you. I really want to take, some time to share with you guys, like, how much money you're actually leaving on the table every single year as a small business owner. And so what's in it for you? We're going to break it down. I'm going to show you some numbers, and I'm actually going to give you a free tool today that you'll have access to, so that you can be well on your way to planning, government contracting as a journey for yourself, and how you can succeed as a government contractor, small business. So cool. Let's see. So we have Miss Bailey, very interested in this. Yeah. So, get ready to take some notes and all those great things. So, for those of you who are probably new, I'm Karwanna D. I'm a government contract strategist. I help small business entrepreneurs learn how to grow their business with government contracts, specifically because most small business owners have a hard time getting unstuck. They have a hard time taking their business to the next level, or even learning how to, basically have consistent, regular paying clients, right? And so really that's what this is all about. So over the next few minutes, I'm going to share with you exactly what's in it for you, as well as I want to share also, like, over the past 4 to 5 years, I've actually helped more than 200 small business owners add an additional 3 millions and beyond in additional revenue with government contracts. And so are you ready to learn how to actually, gather this blueprint and learn how to get some of this money that's on the table for you, as well as a small business owner? So here we go. So I always like to talk about how, I guess what's in it for me. What was in it for me? Let me just start there. What was in government contracting for me? What did I see? What value did I see in this for myself? Of course, most of you have heard my story of how I was actually a small business owner trying to figure out how to actually have regular income. At the time of just, my back was against the wall. I was going through a divorce. I couldn't figure out if I was going to end up having to go work for someone else, but I did not want to work for anyone else. So I had to kind of figure out how I was going to pay my bills, live the life that I want without having to basically abort my dreams of being an entrepreneur. And so I learned about government contracts. And for me, that literally changed everything. It was the answer to all of those things, all of the aforementioned, and it also allowed me to be able to help and inspire and equip other entrepreneurs with the same skill set of how to actually build a business, a sustainable business, so that they can grow a thriving business. But not only that, not only grow a thriving business, but able to create generational wealth. So because that's really what is even the bigger picture of what it's all about for me. So as you're coming in, let me know where you're joining from. If you're, let me know if you're from Cali, if you're from Houston, if you're from Georgia, if you're from North Carolina, say hey. Let me know in the chat where you're joining in from. So I want to actually show you some numbers. So hopefully you guys can see. I'm going to do some scribbling. Just let me know. Let me see if I can change the color of my pen to red. Let me know if you guys can see that on the screen. If you can see that, hey, Darmetria from Georgia, let me know if you see this erasing on the screen, and the red mark that I just put on the screen, because I just kind of want to do some drawing. Oh, you can't see that? Okay. Well, you can't see me scribbling on the screen. This right here, you can't see that at all. Okay. All right, cool. So, well, I'll just leave that one alone. Just leave it alone then. If it doesn't work, I'll just go ahead and leave it alone. Let me see. I can see it. So let me go ahead and just erase it. All right, cool. All right. So I think I used this tool before and you probably didn't see it. So I'll probably was looking crazy sitting here thinking y'all saw that. All right. So the first thing that I want to share with you is here's a parable that basically I want to kind of build this today's topic around. And the parable is basically it's a scripture, and it's from Deuteronomy 8:18. It says, you shall remember the Lord your God, for it is he who gives us the power to get wealth, and that he may confirm his covenant um, swore to your fathers, as this is the day, right? So basically, um, it's by God's grace, whoever it is that you believe in, that he'll give us the power to generate wealth. Well, your business is a very powerful tool that can help you reel in and generate wealth. But the problem is, most small business owners don't even know their power. They don't even know how to turn their business into wealth, or how to generate wealth from their business in the first place, And so this is one of the reasons why I share the number one secret. Like, nobody really shares this info. They don't share it. They don't share a lot of the information that I give. They really don't even a lot of, until a few years ago, up until recently, when I started a few years ago, nobody was even telling people about government contract. It was probably like one other person, like, oh my God, this is what's real, But but of course, now you see a little bit more people, of course, that are starting to share the results that they're getting. They're learning about government contract, but still there's so many entrepreneurs who just don't know the pathway to actually making this work. They don't know the blueprint. They don't know exactly how to make all the pieces, make sense or make it work or whatever. So anyway, what I want to share with you all today is, what are you leaving on the table? Like, this is what's in it for you. And I'm going to show you specifically. I wish I can draw it out and share. Actually, maybe I can share my my note screen and just kind of write it out, because I thought my little inscription tool would work and you'll be able to see it, but that's okay. So let me see if I can just share my notes. Hey, Pamela. Share screen. I might be able to share my little note screen. I think I can. Yep. So I can share that. At least I can share this. All right, cool. So I have a lot of notes over there. So don't mind that area, but over here's what I want to type. So so here's the thing. So let's just say most entrepreneurs on that are high performing entrepreneurs are already making six figures in their business, right? Would you agree? They're at least making about $100,000 in their business at minimum. Now, when it comes to government contracting, every small business owner who's doing contracts will at least add an additional six figures at minimum, if not more, or multiple six figures, if not more, to their business bottom line when you're doing this, right? And it all starts with knowing the how to. You got to know how to do this stuff, right? And so let's just say you're an entrepreneur that's just pretty much just getting started, or you're doing fairly well, but you're not really quite at that six-figure mark. But let's just say at minimum, and I want you to actually take notes and write down what your number is. So whatever your number is, as I'm going through this demonstration, I want you to also go through this demonstration. So at minimum, let's just say you're making revenues $80,000. Let me see if I can blow this up. Let me see. I can make this a little bit bigger. 80,000. So let's just say at minimum you're generating $80,000 in revenues. And okay, let's go with the scenario that, because this is something that I can definitely say that you guys could potentially be doing. Like, let's just say that at minimum, every small business owner that is doing business in the next 1 to 2 years, you could have made $1 million, right? $1 million is one with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros, I think, right? Is that right? No, that's 100,000. Wait, what is $1 million, y'all? Y'all help me out here. So I think it's like seven zeros or something like that. 7 digits. Okay. So let me remove that. So this is 100,000. That's a million. So 6 zeros. All right. So 7 digits is 6 zeros. Okay. I'm going to blow this up a little bigger as well. So at minimum, every small business owner have the potential to make $1 million in the next year or 2 years when it comes to government contracts. And I'll show you guys a little bit more. In fact, I will encourage you to, go through some additional like YouTube trainings that I put together, because I talk about a lot of this stuff all the time. But I'm going to show you some numbers, and I'm actually going to give you a tool where you can actually play with some numbers on your own as well. So $80,000 in revenue. If you're making $80,000 in revenue right now, and you have the potential to make $1 million in the next, let's say 12 to 24 months, let's just say 1 million, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then minus 80,000, right? I want you guys to do the numbers and do the math on that. I'm actually going to bring up my calculator. So basically 1 million, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, minus 80,000. You're leaving $920,000 on the table, right? So let's just say if you have a plan to execute, and you're ready now to build $1 million business in the next 12 months. Well, in next 12 months, if you're not doing this, you're potentially leaving an additional $920,000 on the table every single year. That you're not doing that. So do the math on that. That's the opportunity. That's what's called opportunity costs, right? Let's just say you're not at, it's going to be a huge kind of a learning curve for you, and you may not be ready to hit $1 million in a 12-month period. It may take you 2 years to do that. That's like a $500,000 each year. So even at that, half of 920,000 that you're leaving on the table, let me see, divided by 2. That is 100. Wait, what is that? Wait, 920,000 divided by 2 is 460,000. All right. So for those who may walk a little bit slower, right? Because you don't really quite have your business together. You don't really understand anything about contracting or growing a business at all. So it may take you a little bit longer, but even still, over the next, each year, for those of you who fit this category, you're leaving $460,000 potentially on the table every single year, right? So that's a lot of money that we are, that's what I was leaving on the table. when I was running around as an entrepreneur, chasing customers, I was leaving literally, I was probably making about 20, 30,000 a year. I was leaving a whole lot of money, like millions of dollars on the table every single year. Right. And so this is the stuff that people don't talk about. What you're leaving on the table. What is it? What's in it for you? Well, if you are an entrepreneur who's been around, you're making some money, you can easily learn something and execute it, and you're willing to do the work. This is what you're leaving. This is what's in it for you. An extra $920,000 every single year, every 12 months, right? You're leaving that on the table. But if you're a entrepreneur that, it takes you a long time to learn some things, and you're still trying to figure things out a little bit, but you can do some things with some hand holding or whatever, then this is what you're leaving on the table, at least at minimum, almost $500,000 on the table every single year, right? All right, cool. So let me stop sharing that screen. I'll come. You guys are on point. David Matthews says, I'll come back and I'll share some more of that math with you. So here's the thing. Understand, like, how does that make you feel, knowing the opportunities that you're leaving? Because money don't necessarily always have to come physically out of your pocket for you to lose money, right? So every single year that you're not doing business with a top paying client like the government, especially when they literally have pools of money that they've designed and set aside for small business owners, that they guarantee, for small business owners only, this is what we're leaving on. We're missing out on opportunities, right? So we purposely or intentionally would basically we're aborting that, right? But yet rather at the same time, we're saying we have a small business that we really want to grow. Okay. How does that make you feel? So David says each city, let me then put this on the screen. Each city bidding still on the books worth 300K to 800K monthly. Yes. Yes. Yep. Yeah. So they still, which means that they still got they still got it on their books. They want to offload it. Like they want to give the spending and these contracting opportunities to small businesses. So it's just like, where are you? Where is everybody? You know, we're trying to figure out how to get this money away. This is what the agencies are saying, like literally. And every single year they're adding more money to that pot for you guys. Okay. So yeah, that's absolutely true. Are there, let me see, another question. Are there any contracts for general notary work? Also, how about financial literacy for community? Good question. Good questions. And I'll try to answer and try to remember to answer as many questions as I possibly can. So yes, there are contracting opportunities for notary work. In fact, one of my clients is actually landing her first notary contract in 5 weeks. After learning how to do it. But again, you have to be that type of business owner who's ready to execute and do the work and eliminate all excuses about I don't have this and I'm not ready for that and I don't know and they not helping me and all that. You got to eliminate all those excuses, put your head down and be ready to run, because there's a lot of money on the table and we really just don't have time to play around just with small-minded thinking. So it's we have to grow up, right? And so anyways, so knowing that at least at minimum you're leaving this type of money on the table, how many of you are willing to give government contracting a try? You want to give it a try, right? So financial literacy kind of falls under like financial consultancy. It falls under as a financial consultant in education. So, but yeah, that's definitely something that you can get contracts for. In fact, literally there's contracting opportunities for everything. It's really about, and I just did a free training for the SBA just yesterday on some of these types of questions that people have. Is like, how do I position myself? What type of contracts? There's contracts for everybody. There's a contract for everybody. So it's just really, you just have to learn how to be open-minded, think outside the box, and be strategic, and just learn how to actually position yourself for the opportunities that are out there. So you're welcome. All right, cool. What about life coaching, women's empowerment coaching, or writers? So definitely there's opportunities for life coaches, but you have to really consider life coach. What are you teaching people to do? Empowering, what are you empowering them to do? Because you have to be very, very, very specific, like very, very specific when it comes to contracting with the government. They want to know, well, life coach, well, what are you teaching people about their life? Are you teaching them how to, pay their bills on time or whatever, right? So you just gotta be very, very specific on what that is. But either way, so I have this tool. There's a lot of money that's being left on the table, as you saw. I have this tool that I'm going to share with you guys, and I'll give you guys access to play around with this tool, especially those who decided this year that you're going to start landing contracts. And it's so very possible. For those who have been on this journey trying to figure it out for the over 2 to 3 years, still trying to figure it out, still haven't put the pieces of the puzzle together, we're going to have something for you that we're just going to help you go ahead and tie up those loose ends so you can actually start getting results this year. All right, so faster, so you don't have to spend more time trying to figure it out on your own. So stay to the end, which is not going to be long from now, and then we'll go ahead and give you give you an offer where we can help you at least get the ball rolling, right? So trying to get carpet cleaning contracts. So Shadeen, I want to say that there's so many carpet cleaning contracts that are available. You don't have to try, right? So I want to empower you to do it. Like just do it. Like literally, you don't have to. And just, I want you to look up every agency in your city, right? We're talking about Department of Public Health, Department of Health and Human Services. We're talking about Department of Public Works. We're talking about the port, the Economic Workforce Development, City Hall, like all the different agencies. There's a multitude of agencies in your city who's looking for your work. And not just for carpet cleaning. There's a multitude of agencies that's looking for all of the type of services that you guys are putting down, like notary, fingerprinting, all that different type of stuff. Look at those agencies. They're around. So we don't have to chase customers or any of those different types. You don't have to do that. So it's really game over for chasing customers. And so here's what most entrepreneurs do. They don't really understand their power. They don't really understand what they have to offer. They don't really understand how to price their services and all those things, which is why most small business owners most small businesses don't even exist after, the first, couple years. Like you just get tired and you throw in the towel. But literally, this is a game changer. The Small Business Act and how government contracts is paid out to small businesses, it literally is the game changer, and it could be the game changer for you. But for me, like I always say, and I always lead with this, and this is what I want you to always keep on the top of the mind. How can you take your business and create wealth for your family? It's so much bigger than let's just make some money, right? It's so much bigger. How do we position our business as a community empire, right? So that we're able to stimulate the local economy, create jobs and all those different things. So I always want you to take advantage of contracting opportunities to be the solution in your community, to be the solution in your family, because it's so very possible. Like instead of starting out with a nonprofit, right? Which we all know that a nonprofit is still a business. The nonprofit part comes from, it's just a tax write-off, right? But you still have to have money in your nonprofit in order to hire people to do the work, right? Am I right about it? But the great thing about nonprofits is, you can receive grants and people can write off, donations and all that stuff. But a nonprofit still has to run a profitable business. You still have to do that, right? And so even with that, being said, that a lot of us start nonprofits and we're broke. We're starting nonprofits and can never get that thing off the ground. So we just have this business that we've done nothing with. Well, how about we leverage government contracting and do things like contracting with corporations to bring in the wealth to fund our own nonprofit? You can do that, right? Because it's so much money and it's so much cash flow that you can be funneling and funding money into your nonprofit now. Right. And so that is a stream of income. That is a source. That's a source for you to grant your own nonprofit, for those of you who have a heart to serve people for free. Right. And so anyway, I went off on a rant and a tangent, but I'm back. But I just wanted to share that. So anyways, what I want to do, and my son is over here eating my pancakes. This is crazy. My baby is eating my pancakes. Hold on, y'all. My baby is eating pancakes. Let me close this up. My baby is over here eating my pancakes. And it's messy because they blueberry. All right. So anyways, what I wanted to do, get a towel. So what I wanted to do is share with you all this amazing calculator. And I'll put where you can access this, but I'm going to share my screen really quick. So here's more of what's in it for you. So for those of you who decide that this is the year that I'm going to make not only a profit in my business, but I'm going to build wealth, and I'm going to create wealth and create jobs and all those things. This is the year that all the chasing customers, all the scratching my head trying to figure it out, all those nights of Googling and trying to find information and trying to make it happen, this is where it stops. I want to create a real blueprint and a real game plan for myself, and I'm ready to do the work and stop playing, right? If that's you, let me know in the chat. That's me. Say that's me. You're ready to stop playing? Let me know in the chat. Just say that's me. All right, cool. So here's a calculator that I created. You can grab this link, and I want you to play around with it. In fact, I'll put the link up where you can access this calculator for yourself. You eating my pancakes? Yeah, access. So she's got goals.com/govcon-calculator. So you can get access to this tool right there. So I had a developer design this tool so I can help people learn how to make a plan for themselves with government contracts. So anyway, I'm going to share with you exactly what's in it for you and how this tool really kind of works, so you can actually use this tool effectively. Okay, so let's just say you started government contracting. You got through the three main steps that I always talk about. You optimize your business, you did your certifications, and then now you're ready to start submitting those proposals. So now we have this calculator can kind of show you what's on the table for you, right? So let's just say you are the type of business that says, okay, I want to do this thing, submit 10 bids a month. That's only how many? One, two, three, four, about three to four a week or whatever. It's more like 3 to 4 a week, basically. It's like three bids a week. Or 2 to 3 a week. So let's just say your goal is to submit 10 bids a month, and because maybe you've been watching my trainings that you can actually land contracts like $250,000 at a time, or $1 million at a time, or $100,000 at a time, or whatever it is, depending on the service that you offer and and the scope of work and the length of the contract. So let's just say on average, you're landing contracts that are $250,000 at a time. That falls under what's called the simplified acquisition rule. So you have to, and I would encourage you to look it up. Under the federal acquisition regulations, what the simplified acquisition rule says about simplified acquisitions. So basically, let's just say 10 contracts that you're bidding at $250,000 at a time, right? And let's just say your desired outcome is that you win at least 5%. It could be any number. It could be whatever your number is, right? It could be 10%, 50%, but nobody's going to win 100% of what they bid. That I can tell you. So if you put 100%, then you're probably going to be dreaming. But let's just say at minimum 5%. So you hit the calculator, and let me see. I don't know if that did something. All right, let's put this number in again. 250,000. Hit the calculator, right? So what it's going to show you is basically, I'll go to the pink area first. What it's going to show you, based on this current number, 5% effort will get you 125,000. There's your extra 6 figures a year if you're aiming at 5%, your extra 6-figure income, right, with government contracts. Let's just say you've never landed 6 figures. Well, 5% effort or 5% effectiveness can get you at least 125,000 a year. So there, now you have a 6-figure business, right, based off this particular scenario. But however, let's see, when you have a blueprint and a game plan, let's just say you have a blueprint, a game plan, and a strategy. You have a mentor or someone who can help you increase that by 50%. So if you have a game plan, you can increase that by 50%, and that will actually lead you to making that more closer to a $200,000 business. Basically, it'll be 187,000, right? These are like realistic scenarios, right? But here's what we're leaving on the table at 5%, right? We're leaving the extra 95% on the table. So monthly, what you're leaving on the table is $2.3 million. And yearly, the missed opportunity is $123 million a year when we're doing this at 5%, right? So having education, having a system, having a strategy, knowing how this really works, you want to get so good that you begin to increase these numbers. So let's just say you increase your win of bidding because now you know how the process works, right? You increase that, or you double that effort, right? So when you double that effort, now what you're making is, instead of 125, you've made 250,000. But if you know the things that I've been sharing, how to maximize on opportunities, you can easily take that $250,000 contract and make it 375,000 by either adding an additional complimentary service or just being really great at increasing the amount from 250,000 up to 375,000. Right? If you're with me, say I'm with you, right? And now you've decreased what you left on the table, right? What's in it for me? All of this money is on the table for you, right? So you get to see what's on the table. Here's my goal. Here's what I can tweak. Here's how I can get better just using this tool. So when you want to know what's in it for you, let's just say you decide, well, I want to, instead of, doing 10 bids a month, I want to start doing 20 or 25. Now I'm in a position that I'm making money. Now I can start, hiring someone to help me duplicate or double the effectiveness of what I'm doing. So let's just say you're able to submit at that point, up to 25 bids a month, with this still desired to win 10% of the bids that you submit. So now the numbers change, right? So now with this effort, you can either work harder or smarter, right? So with this effort, now the current revenues of bids that you can win far passes a $500,000 in revenue, 625,000 in revenue. Or if you again add those additional complementary services, or know how to get more value out of your existing contract, you can actually increase that by 50%, and then that contract will be, the value of it, upwards of 937,000. That's almost $1 million, right, in that year, and still leaving 90% on the table, right? So when you know that you've left 90% on the table, so here, instead of working harder and submitting more bids, how about we get better at bidding so that we can increase the percentage of our win rate, right? And so get this up to like 50%. And watch how the numbers change. You see how good that is? Now you're only leaving 50% on the table. You have a $3.1 million business, but you have the potential to increase the value of your contract up to $4 million, right? So how does that sound to everyone? This is what's in it for you. This is how powerful contracting can be. This is why it's important to have a strategy. This is why it's important to stop Googling and trying to find your way, and get a system, like an actual system that can help you do this. And so I have this tool, and it's a free tool. I give you guys free access to utilize this so that you can be able to plan out your government contracting journey effectively with this tool. And I just gave you instructions on how to effectively use it. You can literally plan out and create a goal of what you want to generate, and really, really hone in. If you know that, you need to build capacity so you can get more bids in, then now you have a game plan. This is what that's going to look like. If you know that, okay, so I'm winning 5% because you're tracking that. These are the things that I teach my clients. You're tracking your success rate. Well, I want to get really, really much better and hone in on just how I word my bids, or whatever, how I respond to opportunities, so that I can, or how I build relationships so I can increase this number, doing less work but making more money, right? Everything is a strategy. There's a system for success, right? So you have to really, really get good at that. So hopefully this was good for you guys, and I want you to know, like, what's on the table for you, right? And not only know what's on the table for you, but this tool right here lets you see what you're leaving on the table, right? So that you can, because when you see it, you see things differently. When you see it, then you know what to go after. What you're leaving on the table could be in your pocket. It could be in your bank account, right? So if this was good for you, say this is good. Let me know. Let me know that this is good for you. So I'm excited to share this new tool that I just designed and rolled out for you guys. Like, this is like, you're not going to find nobody else in this space that give as much as I do, that give away as much value, that gives as much, all these free tools and all this stuff. You're not going to find anyone that gives this. But if you go to shesgotgoals.com/govcon-calculator, you have free access to this calculator. You can actually create $1 million business for yourself, or multiple $1 million business. So you create the plan and you work backwards. You create the plan and you work backwards to hit all of those triggers. That's what it's all about. And so this helps you to be more effective. That's what's in it for you. What's in it for you are the numbers. You have to know what the numbers look like. You have to create your own numbers. You have to create your goal and your vision. And then most of all, you have to be willing to do the work, take action, take the steps, throw away all the excuses, and stop And most of all, stop what do you call that stuff, stop disqualifying yourself. Like, oh, I've only, it says that I need 2 years of taxes. Well, I just started my business, so I guess I don't qualify. Stop disqualifying yourself, because they're not asking for 2 years of business taxes, they're asking for 2 years of taxes. And if you don't have that, then you write a letter, right? So stop disqualifying yourself, because every single one of you have the ability to qualify for government contracts and start landing contracts this year, right? So no more money. Let's not leave no more money on the table. And what we are doing, this is what we're doing, and it starts on Monday. We're going to help small business owners just like you get pre-qualified for government contracts. We're going to help you through the process. We're going to walk you step by step through the process in 5 days, through this 5-day challenge, so that you can walk away with more of a game plan and an execution strategy. Of course, there's going to be more beyond the 5 days, but this is a great place to start, because you're going to know how much the government is spending on your products and services, how much you can actually get as a woman, minority, small business, a local business, disadvantaged business owner, all those things. What's on the table for you? We're going to show you exactly for your specific business, right? Oh, don't you want to know that game plan? How to get in front of these people, how to market yourself effectively. Just like someone was saying, I can't remember the name of the guy, but he just said the city has 800,000, every single day. They're looking to unload these opportunities and contracting opportunities, but there's very little of us in position to receive it. So if you're open to receive, join me. Definitely join me in the challenge. govconchallenge.com is where you register, because we want to make sure that all of you are in position to start receiving these contracting opportunities that are designed for not only women-owned businesses and not only, Black-owned businesses, but Asian and Latino and Hispanic and all the, urban, or I don't even know what to call it, but all the, the people of color who have businesses, and you're struggling or stuck in business, trying to figure out how to take your business to the next level, trying to figure out how to fail-proof your business, so that when the world shuts down again, because it may happen again, we don't know, right? That you're still able to grow and build a thriving business even in that, right? And so by selling to the government, it never shuts down. You're always making money. And so let's do this. So join me in the upcoming GovCon Challenge, govconchallenge.com. What's going to happen in the challenge is I'm going to personally show you how to prepare to and to basically pre-qualify your business to get some of these tens of millions of dollars that you just saw in my demonstration off the table and into your bank account, right? So let me know if you're already registered. If you're getting registered, said I'm getting registered. Don't miss out. That's all I can say is don't get ready. Last year, this time when I did this, there was tens of millions of dollars on the table. There was only a handful of small business owners who took advantage of the opportunity to work with me personally in this very low investment 5-day challenge. And they started landing contracts. We're talking about $250,000 at a time, real live results. They started landing the contracts because they took advantage of the knowledge and the expertise that I have. And they said, it stops right here. Stops meaning meanings of just the struggle and the chasing customers and trying to figure it out. And they position themselves, and now they're landing $250,000 contracts at a time. All right. So let's go. So, all right. Miss Mika say I'm getting registered. Tashawanda says I will register. Kimberly is getting registered. All right, cool. I can't wait. I'm excited. I'm so excited to work with you all and to personally walk you through getting pre-qualified, to give you the knowledge. Like, I don't leave anything out. So I'm going to give you everything that I know, because it's too much money on the table for us to continue struggling in business and to continue leaving this money on the table. It does not make sense. So let's go get this money together. govconchallenge.com. How many different certifications do you need to get before you can start bidding? In fact, you don't have to have a single certification to start bidding. Let me just tell you, one of my recent clients that I'm working with personally, during the process of getting started, before his certifications are even complete, within 4 weeks, he landed 5 contracts. So that is the answer. Don't worry about it. Let's just get this. Let's get in position. Let's not disqualify ourselves. Let's not try to guess what the scenario is going to look like. Let's just figure. Let me show you the blueprint. So let's get pre-qualified. You'll have a game plan, and from there we'll go ahead and get started with we could work a little further on, actually working on contracting opportunities together. All right, cool. So that's it for me. Be sure to check out, go ahead and join me in the GovCon challenge, but also check out that free tool. You guys have lifetime access to that. Play around with the numbers so you'll know specifically exactly what it is that you're leaving on the table and what you can be potentially, taking off the table this year. And we can do that this year. All right. So that's it from me. I hope this was good for you. You guys enjoy the rest of your weekend and all those great things. And I'll check you next time.